Been a long day and I've met.
Fucking shit.
To this day. Hey! Hey! We've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. Hey! We've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
Alright, this is King Butcher. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. The phone lines are open, so please call in. Let us know what you think about this potential pay-per-view flop. The numbers are not even out. You know this guy on Twitter, Mike Coppinger or Coppinger? I don't know how you pronounce his name. The bald guy. Who people claim he works for the PPV. Well, he's always he always comes up with the pay-per-view numbers. As soon as a pay-per-view is over, like the next day, he's already coming up with these ridiculous numbers. Right now, he's not showing up with any numbers. Checking his Twitter right now, I don't see jack. You know what? So, the question is this a flop? And if it is, are you surprised? Alright, we have Stu already on the line. Stu, what's up? Stu is getting ready.
Yeah, what's happening, Butcher?
Yep, there you go. Welcome to the show. Yeah, no, just gonna talking about the pay-per-view numbers. That apparently it's a flop, man. And come on, like who was gonna pay $75 to see this fight, Wilder-Ortiz, a rematch, a fight we already saw? And by the way, the ticket sales were also pretty bad. That's why they were somebody said they were even cutting prices like 90%. Some ticket sales.
I heard they were giving them out on the street.
Embarrassing. And so, yeah, that's the king that people go.
You know, I actually feel sad about that.
Me too.
Because at the end of the day, as much as we give Deontay Wilder stick for his opponents and that lot, you know, he's still a heavyweight champion of the world in America. And I think it's just very sad indeed that his own people can't get behind him. Because the guys that get behind him on the internet, all the fucking keyboard warriors, nowhere to be seen on Fight Night. Because most of them are broke. Let's be real. And the ones that have got the money are too busy at home doing live streams, trying to get money off their people by playing the race card sort of thing. So it's just a shame because you want the heavyweight champion to do well, don't you? You know what I mean? No matter who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
So has it been proved that they were flop then, the pay-per-view numbers?
It seems like it. Listen, that the ticket sales was an indication, an early indication that this was going to be a flop. And now, like I said, this guy on Twitter, a reporter, Mike, let me put him on the screen for people to see. There you go. This guy, Mike Coppinger, people say he works for the PPV. He always comes out with these numbers, like right after the fight ends, the next day, oh, this fight's good, did this many pay-per-view numbers. Now he's pretty quiet. Like we're already Thursday, and he hasn't mentioned anything. So it is a flop.
Al Heyman can hush things up in the media. He seems to have that power with the media over there. I mean, this is a guy that hid Marcellus Wilder knockout. You know, when he got knocked out, he couldn't find anywhere on the internet. He's hid that. He's hid fighters' past losses. You can't find Deontay Wilder getting rocked against that Dustin Nichols, I think it was. You know, so he's got a habit of hiding stuff. So maybe he's got a lot of power in the American media. Maybe he's hiding the numbers because they're embarrassing. But I mean, I see numbers in the chat saying 25,000. I mean, if it's 25,000, I mean, that's cool.
No, it can't be that.
Can't be that low. Can't be, surely not.
Based on what they were paying Deontay Wilder, apparently the pay-per-views had to reach 700,000 pay-per-view now. So I really doubt that they even reached that.
700,000 is massive numbers. Did he get that then?
No, he didn't. No, but some claim that he had to reach that to break even. I don't know if
Oh,
that's true.
They wouldn't have got half of that. If Tyson Fury only got 275,000, how is a rematch with Ortiz going to get 700,000? They never thought about this. This is what I'm saying. What they should have done, I told you. I keep fucking preaching it. They should have got Dillian White in there to fight to be number 1 mandatory. Let Wilder take his mandatory. Everyone would have got into that because the press conference, the build up, that would have been quite exciting. It would have been a bit of a circus, and I think the Americans love all that. They could have backed it. Plus, you got the pay-per-view numbers to back it in the UK because British fighters would have bought that. British fight fans, would have bought that. They're the best of both worlds taking that fight. But with the Ortiz, they've seen it before. The guy has not been great since. What has he done since he came back from the Wilder knockout? He's done nothing. So I think even the most casual boxing fan who probably just knows who Ortiz is from the last fight will know that this guy's older now. He wasn't great in his first fight. So what makes you think he's going to be better than this one? That's how it worked out. So, yeah. And look, we're in a dying era of the pay-per-view boxing. We really are. So if you're going to put a pay-per-view event on in America, I'm in America now because in Sky everything's fucking pay-per-view. But it's a bit different. It's like Twitter, which is about $30 or whatever. So it's not so bad, but when you're paying $75, I think it's dying in America. So if you're going to put a pay-per-view fight on that's going to do well, you need to put on a major event. You need to be. It needs to be like a Canelo Golovkin sort of event, that sort of fight to get them sort of numbers.
To put into perspective, the Fury Wilder fight that took place in December 2018, they claim he generated 300,000 pay-per-views. Come on, man. All right, so let's say that was 200,000 pay-per-views.
What generated 300,000?
Fury and Wilder, their first fight.
I heard it was about that.
Yeah, so Ortiz and Wilder, that rematch, that shit must have done like maybe 100,000, man. Apparently, somebody in the chat said that they were all predicting 200 to 250,000 pay-per-view buys. No way, man. I think.
I don't.
No. Listen,
I don't see that. Look what Tyson Fury brought to the event when he fought Wilder. Tyson Fury brought a lot of paying customers, which he did because just the way he is, and he's a showman, isn't he? Luis Ortiz can't even speak fucking English. The build up to that fight was dreadful. It was just Wilder sitting there fucking pulling his faces and talking greasy, shall we say, and what Ortiz is just standing there with a fucking look on his face. So what the fuck's this guy saying? I mean, just no chemistry, no beef, nothing. It was just a poor build-up. And when you're charging $75 for a fight, you have to sort of like build up. That's what Sky do. I mean, Sky fucking throw it down our faces when they got paid for you. They have face-to-faces. They have press conferences all the time. They have open media workouts. Oh, mate, they're constantly doing shows about. They sort of like brainwash you to get the fight because you get so hyped by all the build-up. You want to get it, but you don't get that in America. I mean, even when Crawford was fighting, I saw nothing really that his fight was on with Khan, and that was meant to be a half-decent fight when it comes to fighters being known, sort of thing. So I don't know, man. It's just Americans don't really buy their fights today.
Fury was selling the fight, though. He was doing interviews. He was all over the place, and he's like that. He's a person that's gonna attract attention, but in sort of in a good way, right? Not as in an Adrian Bronner type of way. Like I don't think Fury's not crazy, but he's like charismatic. Let's put it that way, right? And do you know what Wilder said? He's like, oh, that was before that Fury fight. Actually, he said it again. Anyways, he's saying that Fury only got all this attention because he's a foreigner and they love his story and they feel bad about his mental illness, but only because he's a foreigner. So...
Who said that? Wilder?
Wilder, yeah, making excuses. As if...
At least he didn't because Fury's a white man. I was expecting him to say that. But,
in a way, he said that foreigner, but I don't know.
I just think it's a character. So it's a character thing. With Wilder, he hasn't come across as... let's be real. It's not great for sponsorship, is it? When you're sitting there saying you want to kill a man in the ring and you're fucking attacking his Dominic Brazil and his wife in a hotel and stuff like that. And some of the stuff he comes with, I just don't think he's market friendly, should we say, in America? Because it's all snowflake stuff now when it comes to company. Anyone says anything out of place, they could lose all their endorsements and their sponsorships, don't they? They get their careers fucking finished just because they say something That's not political correct, shall we say? So Wilder's definitely not political correct, or maybe that's hurting him. You know, maybe it's the 40 odd fights and the 38 bums that he's fought. You know, maybe that don't help either. So there's many reasons. They just haven't took to him. I think they took to Fury because he's just a showman, and wherever Fury goes, people are going to take to him, sort of thing.
That's
I
a
don't
good
think
point.
he's
Before we continue, Magic Man in the chat, thank you for your contribution. He says, I think the Wilder-Ortiz pay-per-view numbers haven't come out because he did about 75 pay-per-views and 200 tickets. Great show, all the BDA guys. Thank you, man. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, what you were saying, it makes sense. Maybe people don't want to associate themselves with Deontay Wilder just because he's, I mean, and by the way, the knockouts that he's showing us, sure, they're there, the knockouts. But at some point, I think people aren't stupid. They know that he's fighting bumps and old people. Right? And he's getting outboxed in the process. So this isn't Mike Tyson, guys, man. This isn't fucking Mike Tyson.
Thing is, most Americans I've spoke to about this just don't rate the guy at all. But they just know he's got fucking freakish power. But they don't rate his boxing skills. So he's just not very nice on the eye. Let's be real. We understand what he's doing. I mean, when he's waiting, we understand that because we know that he's got so many flaws. We know he reacts to feints, like we've kept saying. Mm-hmm. He gets his footwork in the wrong place and he's open for big counter shots. So we know defensively he's horrible. So he has to keep it safe. So he just waits for the right time to land that right hand. We know what he's doing. So we understand it a bit. And we thought it was a poor performance and boring to watch. So can you imagine the casual just sitting there? Right, we've just paid $75. See what the chap's got. 5 rounds in, he hasn't thrown a punch.
It doesn't take like a boxing expert to notice all the flaws that he has, right?
Listen, when Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao, the amount of women that in the UK, especially on my Facebook, that bought that fight, and they were horrified, man. They were fucking calling Floyd all sorts of names for running around the ring and not getting. The women want to see fights, don't they? They're fucking quite bloodthirsty women are worse than men, and they want to see people getting punched in the face. They don't want to see sweet science, you know, not hit and not be hit. They want to see a war, and they could see Floyd running. Floyd got a lot of stick in my Facebook page that day. I remember it. Girls I didn't even know like boxing. So most casuals want to see. They want to see a war. They do. I mean, let's be real. They want to see Ricky Hatton sort of fights. And I know it on the boxing, the purist, Hatton's horrible because he's just a brawler with no technique sort of thing. But that's what casuals want to see. When they see Wilder, you know, strolling around the ring, you know, with his right arm pulled back, telegraphed, waiting to land the perfect shot on some bum that can't move out the way because he's too old. It's just, you know, and let's be real, DAZN, I mean, if you paid $75 for that fight, like, just imagine what you could get for $75 on the DAZN. Look at the fights that they've put on.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, if AJ Ruiz is boring or something, but it's an exciting fight because, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, let's say it turns out to be a shit fight. Whatever, man. I still get more fights in December with DAZN, and I got a bunch of fights already in November. So it's not a big deal, man.
But look, let's be real. And when you play
the
DAZN, even if you have a stinking fight, like the Wilder fight, you're not too heartbroken about it because it's cost you like what, $15, $10, whatever it is.
$10,
it's a fucking piss in the ocean, isn't it? So you're not too bad. But when you pay $75, I mean, there's a lot of Americans that are getting paid that a day. They've got to work a day to get that, and then you pay £75 a punch. I said it the other night. That's what you basically paid for. It was dreadful. Let's be real. And like I said, because it's a dying thing in America. The pay-per-view. It don't matter how Al Heyman tries to polish it up. It's a dying thing, and DAZN, I think they're going to take over now. I think the numbers are going to get lower and lower. Because let's be real, who wants to pay $75 for a fight that you could catch on DAZN for a lot cheaper?
Exactly. By the way, officially there. Hopefully there's no echo. Hello? Oh, there's no echo, man. But we can't hear you. All right, man. I don't know. You can't use Discord for some reason.
Hey, I'm gonna win it, Jay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is it Thanksgiving? Is it Thanksgiving in America?
Yeah, it is, but not in Canada. Canada was last month. No, earlier, not last month.
So, someone's playing the YouTube in the background. We need to pause it. I think it's since official came on, so he needs to pause his YouTube in the background.
Oh God!
No. I have no YouTube in the background, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, but I can hear myself.
But I can hear myself.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I'm going to drop out.
All right,
Okay, see you.
yeah. Go ahead, official. We'll try to fix this at some point off the air. All right, we have a phone call. Let me just check. Hold on. All right, let's take a phone call here. 702. Oh shit! Hold on. Still can't hear the guy. All right, 702. You're on the air. 702. Oh, head honcho.
Yeah, bro, what's up? It's Head Honcho in this motherfucker.
All right, welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Listen, man. Stop putting Deontay Wild numbers out there. We know they not good. Why we always got to talk about that? Let's talk about
Because he's the king of
AJ
boxing, man.
Chin, nigga.
He's the king of boxing.
Yeah, but let's talk about AJ's chin, nigga. How's AJ's chin looking?
I don't know. It's been tested, man. Listen, he got dropped by Vladimir Klitschko. He got back up, right? So it's not a bad chin.
Yeah, but he didn't get up when he didn't get up when
He did
Ruiz
get up.
hit him. He
did get up.
Yeah, but at least
he did get
at least
up.
he's fighting Honcho.
Stay down.
Honcho, at least he's fighting punches though. How many punches has Wilder fought? 0. I tell you, that's how many he fought. When you look at Joshua, he's fought Klitschko, Povetkin, Parker, big puncher as well. He's
Yeah,
fought
White.
Andy Ruiz, decent puncher. You know, he's fought these guys. Dillian White, big puncher. Where's the punches on Wilder's resume? Because don't tell me Ortiz is a big puncher.
And Dillian White's nothing but a steroid user. Fuck that nigga. He ain't shit. He only hyped up in the UK. That's who AJ beat.
He has a pulse. He's not an old man. He has a pulse and he can punch. And that's all you need in the heavyweight division. One punch can change your life. And like I said, he has that punch. That left hook. If that lands on Wilder, Wilder's sleeping for a week.
That's right.
Yo, Ortiz ain't old. That nigga's 29.
Oh, get out of here, man.
No, I bet his son's
Get out of here.
29.
Get out of here.
His son's 29.
So you can say Ortiz is 50, and people gotta believe it. But if I say he's
I'm sorry, he
29,
looks 50.
Get out of here, right?
He looks 50, man. He looks more than that. I mean, come on. He's Cuban, landed with no papers.
He might have
He
that
landed with no
Benjamin
papers. We don't know how old he is.
nigga.
I can tell you he doesn't look 40. And you can agree with me, Honcho.
Listen,
Nah,
mate.
I don't say that. I say he younger. You see that nigga was built. You see
You
that?
see his face?
That? He went right into the 7th round. I had him for
Wow.
knocking out.
How many
Wow.
Poncho, how many punches was he throwing per round? Around how many punches was he throwing per round?
Why wasn't he old all the way up to the 7th round though?
Well, he has enough.
to the
It's a
7th
12-round
round, he
fight.
wasn't old.
It's a 12-round fight. He can't even go 7. Because he's old. He wasn't even throwing punches. He wasn't even throwing punches. I know he got knocked out because he's...
That nigga got a right hand.
Man. All right.
Ah,
And listen,
I don't know where this is
Listen,
going.
Eric Estrada, these UK dudes be fooling you. None of their boxers are even B level. They're all C level.
That just shows you. That just shows you the knowledge that guy Honcho.
Oh, I got brainwashed. I got
Zero
brainwashed.
knowledge.
In the afternoon.
I
You
got
know,
brainwashed.
that cost
Boxing, he knows that he gets on the free ESPN channel that they show on fucking cable. He gets his knowledge from there. The guy's an absolute clown.
Oh,
Man. Why do you let these people
Stephen A.
ring in,
Smith,
Butcho? You're taking credibility away from the show, man.
Yeah,
I thought this was a show for
we're gonna-
boxing fans, real boxing
What you
fans.
mean, what
We find these
credibility
fucking
is-
fans.
I don't know. This is.
Like,
I
you
think these are
can't
people who call
you
in,
can't
man.
answer me
This
that
guy,
question
this
except for
guy,
letting
because he's from
name
Queens.
another
This guy,
boxer
because he's from
who
Jamaica,
has been
Queens,
great.
thinks he's fucking John Gotti. He's been watching too many mafia movies. This guy thinks he's fucking John Gotti. The Mexican John Gotti. Get the fuck out of here.
Hi, Hancho. Anything else
what
before
the
we
fuck
move
is
on,
he
man?
saying? Yo, hold up. Yeah, Eric Estrada. Tell that nigga to get closer to the mic or the phone. Nobody can understand what he's saying.
I understood what he said, man.
Blank.
Anyone with an IQ over
Yeah,
50
you heard
can
me.
understand what I'm saying because I'm actually
Yeah,
speaking the
you
English
heard
language.
it.
You know the language that you're speaking right now.
It's not the
I'm
same.
actually speaking that, but I'm actually
Nigga,
speaking
this
the
is English.
the
Nigga,
Queen's
this-
English. So this is how the language was
This is that
meant to be
English.
spoken.
This is
If you're
that
too
English
fucking
that whip that
stupid to
British
understand
ass
that,
dude.
then how do you watch the Hollywood movies?
Yo.
The Hollywood movies
Yo.
are full of English people,
Yo,
English
this is that
actors.
English that
You
whip
just
that
go there,
British ass.
you just go there, not understand what's fucking going on. Just going there for the special effects. Get out of here, Mr. Lower.
Anyways, listen.
Yo, you know why they have Thanksgiving, right? What's Thanksgiving celebrate?
What's Thanksgiving celebration?
Yeah, it's when we whip them British ass. That's what it is about, right?
Are you kidding me, man?
Thank God for beating that British ass. Yo, if I ever see that queen, I will smack the shit out of her. I don't like none of them.
Oh my god.
None of them can fight
That
on the
poor
street
old evil
or
lady.
in the ring.
Yeah.
Yo,
All right.
You can only imagine what
to
happens
the
with
ring.
Honcho's wife when he comes in all pissed up after a
AJ wears
bad
lipstick
night
to
at the
the
bookies.
ring.
I bet you
Prove
get the
me
two right
wrong.
hands.
Hey, Honcho, who's the best American fighter right now?
Yo, that's my nigga. That he Mexicano, but he's still from New York. That's Andy Ruiz right there. I'm gonna give it to Andy Ruiz. He the best heavyweight out there.
Okay. Well, thanks for the phone call, man. Take care.
You see them hands though, right?
Oh, yeah, I saw them.
Yeah. Stop. Look. We want to listen to some real boxing shit, not this shit from the UK.
All right, man. Take care.
Honcho, the rumor's going that you look like a Mexican Gary Coleman.
Maybe. All right. Well, that was Head Honcho, and let me just play this again. That's right. That's America. All right. That's where he's heading. But anyways, listen, I don't know what I can take from this phone call. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Grievous says, Honcho don't know about boxing at all. Okay. L Dog says the best American boxer is Terence Bud Crawford. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think so. Stu, who's the best American boxer right now?
That's a tough one, really, isn't it? I mean, they've got quite a few good fighters, haven't they? You say Spencer's got to be up there, and it's tough one, really.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I was gonna say Spence, but is Spence really in the talks right now? Because he's gonna be off for a while. Out for a while, so... Damn. Hey, man, you know what? American boxing is in decline, though. Think about it. Before you used to have all the... I mean, light heavyweight, it's not even controlled by the Americans. Then you have super middleweight. Benavides, I guess he's Mexican-American. Maybe Honcho's right, it's Luis Ortiz. Sorry, Luis Ortiz. Andy Ruiz. Holy shit. Honcho might be right. Alright. Mark, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, my friend. Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend.
Alright, man, welcome to the show. Yeah, so pay-per-view numbers, apparently it's a flop. The official numbers haven't come out yet, but...
Yeah, people claiming it's 2,500. Come on, it's not 2,500.
Hell no.
There's at least 5,000 LDBC people who bought it.
Yeah, and then you had a little bit more of, maybe casual boxing fans or something. It's $75, man.
It's probably
done
done
much
like
that nobody cared about, man.
It's probably done 100k, but like people saying 2,500. Come on, that's crap.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
2,500. There's no way it did less than Brooke, Frank, and Gavin.
Not even shitty pay-per-views like they had back in the late 90s about, so you think you can fight, and it was people who never fought it, they were in the ring swing. That probably did more than 2,500. So I don't think this fight did that shit, man. Come on.
I think Wilder. I think if Wilder gets the right opponent in there, it's possible he could do good numbers. But they're just not promoting the guy properly for a start, and they're not putting the right opponents in front of him. Like I said, it's a tough business to pay-per-view boxing now. You've got to either stack the card, or you've got to have a massive fight that people are interested in. See, Tyson Fury sort of made it interesting with the build-up to the last fight. Like you said, by going everywhere on American TV, telling the story. And he comes across as quite a funny guy. And like I said, I remember the Joe Rogan podcast. There's a few people on there didn't know who Fury was, but they said that was one of the favourite shows of watching Joe Rogan. So they really enjoyed his fucking...
Yeah, and Terence Crawford Terence Crawford was in the Joe Rogan show, and nobody talked about it. Even Andre Ward was there, so of course, yeah.
Let's be real. I mean, Terence Crawford's like a flexible foamed balsa wood, though, isn't he? I mean, there's no personality there. No. When I saw Terence, because I like to watch the Joe Rogan show sometimes, and when I saw Terence Crawford on there, I thought, "What? This guy is not going to say anything of any purpose. It's just, it's all going to be Joe Rogan forcing the conversation out." Because, mate, look, I'm not saying he's a fucking retard or anything. I'm just saying it's just his it's just his personality. He's just not a very...
Did you watch that Crawford interview with Joe Rogan, Stu?
Oh, that's what I was saying. I thought I predicted it. I predicted it'd be poor before I even watched it.
You predicted wrong. It's probably the best interview of Crawford I've ever seen in my life. It was actually really
that doesn't
good.
tell you much, right?
No, it was actually really good. This dude was talking for real. It was actually good to see him out of his shell for once. Only time ever, and it was quality.
Well, maybe he should do that when he's building up a fight, and then we could probably get more people tune in. Do you know what I mean? So, because the Khan build-up was it's fucking hell. Snorefest.
Are you saying he has to act like Adrian Broner?
Oh, look, you don't have to act like a piece of shit to build a fight. Just say something. I mean, the guy went, come on, Joe, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm just asking you this question just so we clear things out.
Yeah,
I know people in the chat. Yeah.
Broner's got better numbers than Crawford. Why? Because he talks mad shit, and he is a piece of shit. So maybe we're in an era now that maybe you have to be a piece of shit. But like I said, Wilder's a piece of shit. It's not working out for him. So it's a tough business. It's a tough business out there, man. Especially paying.
By the way, Stu, I asked you that question because when you weren't here, we at some point we had a show and we talked about this issue where how should somebody behave outside the ring to get attention? And then somebody called in and made it a racial thing and implied that we were saying that African Americans should act like Wilder, like Floyd, that gangster style. I don't know how you call it. We never said that.
It's an American thing, I think. It's a Western thing where, this is why these rappers, look how people worship these fucking rappers.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys they chat average lyrics, act like clowns, dress like clowns, and that's all it takes. I mean, it's a fucking mad sick society, isn't it? Let's be real. Everywhere you go on the internet, there's a pair of tits looking at you. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just a mad, it's a hellhole, the internet, really, isn't it?
Disgusting.
It really is.
Yeah.
Get him, Steve.
Yeah. Well, it is. And like I said, and that's the society we're in these days. There's no room for the nice guy anymore. Being a nice guy is getting fucking nowhere.
Okay, so now you're saying that people...
Everyone says about what a piece of shit Trump is, and he's this and that, but that got him in the fucking White House being like that, mate.
Donald Trump is a shithead according to everybody, yet he's a billionaire and the president of America.
When people say Donald Trump's, he's thick and, the guy's a bad businessman and he's incapable of doing this, he's got low IQ, I'm thinking, this guy's a fucking billionaire. Yeah. He's got a supermodel wife. He's the president of the United States. I mean, you're living in your fucking mum's basement, you clown.
And this is what America's all about, to be like Trump. You know what I mean? Look at all these rappers and all that shit. I mean, come on, man.
Like Trump a rapper?
No, but I'm saying like a rapper, like a flamboyant and saying shit, saying crazy stuff and speaking your mind. That's what it is.
I want that mixtape, man. I want to see that mixtape.
Imagine. He has a secret mixtape. But no, I get your points too. I mean, yeah,
Back in
absolutely.
the day, the nice guys used to, like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard was a nice guy, and look what he achieved and the numbers he got and the money he made. So
Nah,
back in the
he was a two-timer on his wife for cokehead and a cheat.
oh, but come on, who are you, fucking white knight in shining armour for women that get cheated on or something? Get out of here! I bet you've cheated on
Absolutely not,
everyone.
man. I've cheated
everyone
on
you
a cokehead
no.
myself. I'm just not taking the line that he was a good guy.
So, mate, because you cheat on your missus, don't make you a bad guy. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Every one of us have done it. Every one of us have done it. Are we all bad guys now? Come on, man.
No,
We're
I'm just
men.
saying. I'm
Never
not
done
saying
it.
that this dude is a good guy. He was known to be an absolute cunt.
But you're missing my point. In front of the cameras, he was a good guy. This is what I'm saying. And he came across, he wasn't an Adrian Broner sort of character, but he still sold. He still made big numbers, made big money. Because back in the day, you could get away with being a nice man. We're in a society now where I think you have to be a piece of shit.
All
I really do.
Honcho's calling back. Let's just quickly take another phone call because he already called, so we're gonna do this quickly. Honcho, what's up?
Yeah. Listen, Bucho. Yo, man, don't cut me off. Let me talk to this British dude, and I don't want to talk about boxing. I was just listening in my car, and this nigga was talking about Donald Trump. He's a billionaire. Nigga, when is it proven that he's a billionaire? He got $400 million from his pop, nigga. That's the type of man you respect.
He got 1 million. He got 1 million, actually. It was 1 million. He turned it in. Have you seen what Donald Trump's got? 400 million. I bet that wouldn't even buy you Trump Tower. Get out of here, man.
6 times, nigga.
No, I don't know shit about.
Shut the fuck up, you fake ass Mexican.
No,
I'll build a wall around your
You know what?
phone.
If Donald Trump's got any sense, he'll send your ass back over the border.
I'll build a wall around your phone.
Hey,
Yo, Bucho.
send him back.
I don't want to listen, man. Are you listening?
Maybe.
Listen, man. This dude over here. You look at the dude you got on here. He's talking about Trump like Trump really did something. That motherfucker got $400 million from his dad. In today's world, that would have been like $4 billion.
$1 million he got from his dad. At least read his book or his biography. It's $1 million. Listen, hey, 400. Listen, where are you in life right now? Where are you in life right now? You're ringing in, screaming at everyone, talking absolute nonsense about 40 pounds a month. You said a billionaire, he's a bum, but you, the guy that's ringing in BDA on a Thursday night, you're the fucking man you are.
Dumb fuck. I said he went bankrupt 6 times. That means he lost other people's money.
You don't know how business works, do you? You don't know how business.
Donald Trump never went bankrupt. Some of his businesses did. Do you know how equity works, my
That's
guy?
capitalism.
Because he keeping Mexicans out the country, right? That's what you really love, nigga.
But I don't care. They can do whatever they want.
Oh, hold on. This guy's white. This guy is white. He's white. I heard him drop the N-I-G-G-E-R word, man. Nah, you dropped it hard. You dropped it hard, man. That ain't black or Mexican. You're white.
Motherfucker, I ain't white. I'm telling you.
Nah, shut the fuck up. You're white. You're whiter than me. What the fuck?
We're gonna move on.
The Irish one that settled centuries ago and stayed in Mexico. I think one of them Irish ones.
Shut about politics, nigga. Stick to boxing, and you don't even know boxing, nigga.
Hey, listen, you're probably the least knowledgeable guy that's ever called in on the show, and that alone is a very big achievement because we've got a few fucking retards that call in. You top them all.
Maybe you want to buy a wife
you
from
are
Eastern
special,
Europe, and that's your motherfucking dream.
stupid.
But that's not a motherfucking dream
Like
that
I said,
everybody else has.
you are the
We
Mexican
ain't
Gary
looking into
Coleman,
that shit.
the little
Fuck
dwarf,
you
and I'll
fuck
slap the
Trump.
shit out of you.
He's
Is he
not
really
by no
Mexican?
Gary Coleman. You hearing that? That voice is put on.
Alright, Honcho, thanks for the
Yo,
phone call,
you
man.
and Gary Coleman can suck my dick, nigga. And
Alright.
fuck you and Queen Elizabeth. And
Why do you want a man to suck your dick? Are you
You're
gay?
Mexican homosexual Gary Coleman. Let me change that.
Yo, he wants a guy to suck his dick.
Yo, you come over here. Yo, you come over here and say that to my face. I will smack the fucking crooked.
Bro,
teeth
I would
out of
backhand you and
your
pimp you
I
out.
think I don't know what you look like.
Backhand you and pimp you out.
Yo, there's not one fucking straight tooth in all of London, nigga.
You sound like
All
I'm
you
Plumper. I
niggas
think
got
I'd win. You sound like one of them
Hey,
little
Honcho,
midgets.
thanks for the phone call. We're gonna move on now.
Give him a
what I
little
thought,
backhander
nigga.
and
Don't
he's
ever
sleeping
talk
for
Honcho,
about
I would,
nigga.
Honcho, I would pimp
see
you
ya.
out to Adonis Stevenson's wheelchair. Get the
He's
fuck out
gone.
of here.
Alright. That was it, Honcho, again. We should do a second Renaissance to talk about this shit.
If anyone got any info on Honcho, please send it in. I'm gonna pass it on to border control, and hopefully they can get this.
Guys, he's not
little
Mexican.
rat
I
up
don't know.
the
You guys
America.
think he's Mexican for real or what?
Nah, he's white. He's white, man. Hashtag build the wall.
No, he's Mexican. He's Mexican. I can tell.
All right. What are people saying in the chat here? Sounds like Mom's Marley. Okay. Anyways, what the hell were we talking about? Jesus Christ. By the way, guys, the phone lines are open. Please call in. Give us your take on the pay-per-view flop that was Deontay Wilder against Luis Ortiz. Is Wilder the king? Please let us know.
He ain't even the king in his own household, BJ.
Who's that, Honcho?
No, Wilder.
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 Yeah, and the same.
Oh, God. Can you imagine living with Wilder and hearing that all day?
Shit, man.
Nah, the weird part is if you seen the video leading up to him fighting, they were doing like these things or whatever. There was a moment where he was trying to like photobomb the camera where his fiance was doing an interview, and he was in like the back door of his apartment, and what he was doing was hugging himself and stuff. And she's like, "This is the Deontay that people don't see." What, the fucking weirdo? Who the hell's hugging himself in a fucking back door, like trying to kiss himself and make out with himself? Like,
Wilder is a very eccentric guy, man. He's very eccentric. You've just got to look at the way he dresses. But that's not the dress code of a normal guy, even with money. Very eccentric, very... I mean, this is a guy that... A few years ago now, I don't know if he still has this car, but I was watching a little mini doc on Wilder. This is when he, when he fought Audley Harris and them sort of bums. So it was earlier on in his career, and he bought this car, this American car, and he had his spray job, and he had his face painted into the fucking paintwork of his car. He was just driving around with his fucking... I mean, who does that? Who has their own face on the top of the fucking car, man? So you just know he's an eccentric guy. And, I don't know, man. Bit of a weirdo, isn't he? Let's be real.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
my favorite thing that he does is call people racist, and he talks about gay stuff, yet he's wearing Versace. And Versace was a known racist homosexual.
Oh. A racist homosexual? Well, wow.
Yeah. A gay Italian.
Interesting.
All Italians are racist.
You get a lot of these pro-black guys that go around calling everyone racist. They like to dress nice. You know, they like Hugo Boss as well, don't they? But Hugo Boss, he was a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly.
He designed the uniform that the Nazis used to wear. They used to wear Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
They don't think about these things. That's what I'm saying. It's all like it's a money spinner in America. Race politics in America. I mean, you look at all the real race baiters for the last few years. You talk Farrakhan, Sharpton, Cummins, all them. What's it's Elijah Cummings. They're all multi-millionaires. Look at the money they make from doing that.
It's easy.
Especially listen, in this liberal world we're living in, which is separation politics. They love to, turn everyone against everyone. They love all that race baiting because it's causing aggro. They love aggro. So that's why.
Yeah, it's a business opportunity.
They make the money they do. Yeah, it's a business opportunity. So but a lot of them are not really looking into what they're... If you're going to be a militant on this thing and you really feel that way about it, you shouldn't be wearing Hugo Boss, a known Nazi. Do you know what I mean? So...
Absolutely. Alright, let's get back to boxing here.
Real fast, Stu, am I a Nazi because I have 2 Hugo Boss suits?
You ain't got shit.
I've got a Hugo Boss leather jacket hanging up now, mate. Look,
Nazi.
it's what it is. It's what it is.
Hugo Boss suits aren't really that expensive, man. They're like $350, $400.
Yeah. So I've got a fucking Hugo Boss jacket. Is what it is. I don't wear it thinking I'm a Nazi or anything. But if you're going to be one of these guys that, claim to be the victim here, then you got to be in it for the long run. You got to be in it properly. You can't say, "Oh, the white man's the devil," and then wear his fucking designer clothes, especially when he was a Nazi. I mean,
SSB 28
where you at?
Send those guys to Speaker's Corner in London real quick. Real quick surprise, yeah. Speaker's Corner, I've watched that shit. It's insane, man. I should go there.
Speaker's Corner is a fucking like Saqib in the chat. Right, he put it perfectly. It's a cesspit. You don't want to listen to that. All the best talkers have been run out of there. Now you just got yobs running around with their fucking hoods up, attacking people who don't agree with them. It's a cesspit.
It's all Muslims against few Christians there, but they're trying to convert everybody. That's what I feel.
They're not even. Half of them are not even Muslims, really. They're fucking claim to be Muslims, so they can run around the park causing havoc. But they come pissed up and sitting there smoking weed. They ain't proper Muslims, are they? It's a fucking. Man.
Let's do a boxing debate there. I might go to London, maybe, and I'll go to the Speaker's Corner and do a BDA show there.
If you come to England, you can come to my end.
The last thing you want to do is go somewhere like Speaker's Corner. You'll get mugged.
Really? It's every Sunday, right, or some shit like that?
Yeah, you'll get killed.
No, you won't get killed. I've seen people say all sorts of mad stuff in there. You won't get killed, but it's just it's a not a very nice environment. Just say that.
Well,
He'd get killed for impersonating like a Muslim because he kind of looks like one.
Me?
Yeah, you do, bro. You do.
Yeah, but I don't have a huge beard or anything, so that
you don't need one to look like me.
Well, maybe I guess. Well, I can always say I'm a Muslim then. Saqib Rafiq says, "Bucho, it's every day." There you go. I'll just when the sun begins to set, I'll just.
It's not every day. It's Sundays. Every Sunday.
Yeah,
I think Saqib might know. He lives right nearby there, Stu.
They're actually. It's open every day. The park.
Well,
the actual Speaker Corner debates is a Sunday thing. Trust me.
Yeah, I'll go talk about boxing there. Hey guys, what do you think about the LDBC? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a huge crowd. All right. Anyways, yeah. So the fight. All right. So people are deflecting. This is what I've noticed. Instead of talking about Wilder's shitty pay-per-view numbers, they're trying to now talk about Joshua and say how he isn't an attraction in the United States. But what's that matter, man? He's not from the United States. That's the whole thing. That's why I'm talking about Wilder and the American pay-per-view numbers. Why do I have to talk about Joshua? Doesn't make fucking sense.
It's like, it's like if you keep taking money off customers, they're going to want some sort of deal in the end, or they're going to want some sort of quality in return. And if you keep giving them fucking bang average fights, they're going to turn off. Especially when they can go and buy an app. I'm hearing myself again. I don't know what, but you can go and buy an app and get loads of big fights. What, $20? I don't know what the app is over there, but it's not a lot. So that's not going to help a pay-per-view when you've got an app there like DAZN that putting on much better fights and it's a lot cheaper.
Exactly. Like we said earlier, if the fight sucks, who cares, man? You're just paying like $10 a month. So, anyways, guys, just admit that Wilder, the PBC has done a shit job.
Butcher, this is the thing that this is not socialism here, where you can only spend so many other people's money until it runs out, sort of thing. And this is what it comes. Fucking Wilder, where he's spending other people's money because he's not bringing anything back into the pot. Because the money that Ortiz got, they didn't get that back. So that money's coming from somewhere, and it's a bit like socialism, like you said. You can only spend so much of other people's money until it runs out, and that's what it's going to become with Wilder.
Exactly. It's like the communists. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Soviets. I mean, mismanagement. I mean, yeah, at some point you got a lot of money, right? And the Soviets had a lot of money, but then they just mismanaged the whole thing, and they went bankrupt, basically.
Listen, mate, they were that fucking skint when the Soviet Union collapsed, right? And the curtain was removed, shall we say? They were selling fucking tanks and aeroplanes and helicopters, with fully missiles and all sorts on them, to gangsters and drug barons for peanuts. Man. The country was fucking broke, and that's because socialism doesn't work. I don't care what anyone says; it doesn't work. I said, when you run out of other people's money, then what?
Exactly, and then people are gonna mention China. China's not communist. Come on, man.
Well, China's one of the strongest economies in the world. That's not socialism.
No, it's not. I mean, listen. If you have a Starbucks in your country, trust me, you're not fucking communist Cuba or anything. Come on.
No, you're not.
All right.
Let me say one thing though.
It's capitalism with a bit of socialism in there.
Yeah, this
We
control-
need-
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
need to fix the trade ban, right? Because this shit is fucking with phones, man. They're fucking with phones for people in Europe as well because they're fucking Google aren't allowed. Huawei can't use Google. Xiaomi can't use Google. Oppo can't use Google. The newer models all can't use them because of the ban.
Yeah.
So that shuts down people from using YouTube, Play Store. There's no apps that you're able to get. They're shutting down the Chinese market on phones. That's what the whole crap's about, man. And it's absolutely fucking sick because I want to have a good phone. I don't want to have to settle for an Indian phone or some shit because I don't like iPhones. They're crap.
But that new Chinese phone out, what's it called? Is it Hawaii or something?
There's lots of them. Like there's the P30 Pro by Huawei. There's the Mate 30 Pro by Huawei.
They're nice, not one of them.
Oh yeah, man. I'm getting a P30 Pro, but like at the same point, they need to fix that shit.
Are you calling Al Heyman a socialist?
Am I calling Al Heyman a socialist?
Somebody is, I think.
Yeah. Al Heyman is a socialist. He's spending other people's money until it runs out.
It's literally the fucking definition. Well done, Stu.
Yeah, but there's no social there's social programs in the sense that he's just handing money away, right? He's overpaying certain people that don't deserve that amount of money. Like what was it, Luis Colasso? Oh no, I remember Edison Di Lara got like $1 million or $2 million to fight that Jewish guy. Salida? No, Yuri Foreman. Remember, Yuri Foreman? Lara got like $2 million for that fight. So, that's socialism, I guess. Social program that he got. Oh, wait, we have Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy, what's up?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude, it's been a while. I've been trying to get on here, man. Like I say,
What?
I've just been so...
Now? I didn't see. I posted a link where you could see it.
Oh, no. I'm at Butch. No. I'm at the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
I've just been so busy with my dad and court shit and work myself. And
Oh, yeah. What happened with the court thing?
it's next Thursday or next Wednesday, rather.
Wednesday, Johnny.
Yeah, Wednesday the 4th. Yeah.
All right.
Both in court at the same day, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah. Good to be back on. I remember a couple people asking me, says, "Well, what the fuck? How come you're not on BDA no more?" I says, "Dude, I've just been busy." I said, "I'm not mad at anybody. I don't think anybody's mad at me. It's just fucking. I just got shit, you know."
Don't be so sure.
Oh, thanks,
Johnny. What do you think about? Welcome back, man. What do you think about the pay-per-view numbers that are coming out? I think they say it's well, they're not really coming out. The rumors are that it flopped basically, and it did less than 200,000 pay-per-views.
Oh, so they're saying under 100,000.
Well, rumors are, yeah.
Johnny, would you like to hear the exact number that rumors are saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me hear. That's what I was just gonna
2,500.
No, come on, stop! Don't say that shit, man.
That's the rumors that people are saying, and that's why people are saying it's below 100,000.
Come on, man.
What did
even Terrence Crawford got 75,000.
Oh, I was just gonna. That's what I was just gonna ask. What did Stu? It's been a while. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, no, fella, you're right.
What happened?
How you getting on, Johnny? You're right, mate.
Yeah. Just like you said, I've been busy. I found out my dad.
I asked about you the other day. I said, "Where were you?" And then the boys said that you've been busy at work.
Yeah, I found out my old man's got fucking lung cancer, so I've been dealing with that. And,
Johnny, I know how you feel, brother. My dad's got lung cancer as well. I've been going through it myself.
Yeah, all right. So we're on the same page then, ain't we?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking dog died in front of me last night as well, man. Just had a brain hemorrhage in front of me. It's fucking really, mate. Yeah, listen, fucking, I was upset, man. I fucking didn't want to see that. That was horrible to see, man. That fucking fucked me up a little bit. Seeing that. Do you know what I mean? Too much bad stuff going on in my life, man. That's why I need to come back on the boxing and get some positivity. But then I realised it was the BDA. We're never going to get that here.
No, man. Especially with some callers.
Yeah, I heard the callers the last few shows have been a little out of line there. I heard that one fucking Momo
Oh
was
yeah, he
asking
wanted to call. He want a Honcho. Call back, man. You want to talk to Johnny Boy? He has something like a feud with you.
Oh, he does, huh? Well, if he, yeah, I heard the first one when he was calling me out because somebody's like, "Yo, this dude is." I think it was, I forget who the fuck said it, but I was like, "Yo, well, I said, tell him what's up." You know?
Yeah, I'm just joking. Honcho, please don't call again. Not today. God damn, I forgot my train of thought. So, oh wait, let me read this comment from Lobito Gonzalo. Happy Turkey Day. Yeah, happy Turkey Day, and thank you for your contribution. All right, so Wilder is not a pay-per-view star. Are we surprised?
We already knew this.
We already knew this, right? But I don't understand. There was like this hype for this hype on the internet by his fans. There was hype about this rematch as if it was something that people wanted to see. And now we were proven right because we've been saying on this show consistently that this fight should have never happened, especially in a pay-per-view. And by the way, what's his name? Espinosa from Showtime. That's the reason why he didn't want to have this pay-per-view.
And all kidding aside, I thought Wilder looked worse in this fucking fight than he did in the first one. I mean, he looked. I'm sick of these fucking fanboys because I'm sick of AJ too. I'm sick of both of them. But the thing is, how the fuck you gonna tell me this dude improved? He got. I mean, and it's, you know, it is what it is. It's over now. But like, the motherfucker was just getting outboxed for fucking 6 rounds and 2 minutes and 50 seconds. At least in the first fight, he put him down in the 5th. You know,
yeah,
he looked like I thought he looked fucking terrible. And you know, and if this fucking guy is having that much problems with a 73-year-old Luis Ortiz who is writing hieroglyphics over here, man, his numbers, his ticket's about to get punched, bro. Like I said, the next good decent fighter he fights, he's losing. I'm calling it right now. If it sounded like it's going to be Fury, if Fury's head's actually in the game and not focused on fucking learning how to throw a roundhouse kick at 35 years old, if his focus is on boxing, his mental game's where it needs to be, he's going to fucking destroy Wilder again.
I think he knocks him out this time. I know people are like,
I agree with Johnny. I agree with Johnny. I actually see him get worse, technically worse. You watch the Fury fight; he was technically better in that fight than he was against Ortiz. I mean, he was horrible on Saturday. You know, let's be real. That's how bad Ortiz is. Because if a guy's that out of form, you got to at least be troubling the guy. But Ortiz never, although he was throwing punches, he was never really looking like he was going to trouble Wilder. Never hurting him. It was just a joke, man. The whole thing.
He never put it on him. He never forced it. He never tried to like actually hurt Wilder. He just tried to box a little bit, and then he got his ass.
Not to mention, Ortiz had none, 0 kind of head movement in there either. None. I was watching it with my boys, bro, and I was like, dude, I said, this is just a matter of time. Dude's just fucking standing there right in front of him. He's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit with the fucking Hiroshima here in a couple of rounds. Just watch.
Exactly. It was. We knew it was gonna happen. He's not moving his head. He's old. He's kind of slow coming in, and he was gonna get caught. So people last show was yesterday. Yeah. Why are you giving Wilder credit? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'll give him credit because he has power. But the question is how much credit am I going to give Wilder? And not a lot.
Yeah,
and
not much.
Go ahead.
He don't deserve much either, Booch. Or the fucking guy's 50 years old. And who's Luis Ortiz ever beat? And also...
Jesus.
Brian Jennings.
They keep Brian Jennings. Oh, and this is how they claim Ortiz is a great fighter, because he beat Brian Jennings a long time ago, and because a lot of boxers avoided him.
The boogeyman! I'm so scared.
Can I ask you boys a question? Do you think the fight has lost a bit of spark? Do you think they should have had the rematch straight away? Do you think this pissing around fighting his bums in between, it sort of took some of the spark off the fight?
Yeah,
is that how you?
Because Ortiz looked like shit after that.
Yeah.
Now I'm on about the Wilder-Fury fight. As it took a bit of spark.
Yeah.
Do you feel like
it should have done the rematch right away? And if one of the guys is completely out of it and you're gonna rematch, you might as well do it right away and a year and a half down the line.
Yeah. To me, Stu, for me, it's taken a little bit of spark out of it. For the casuals, it's probably made it bigger because they've been fucking barking back and forth for a year and some change now.
Listen, that's a masterpiece from Tyson Fury. I don't know whoever idea it was to put him in the WWE, but that's going to really help when it comes to fighting Wilder because people are going to know who he is now. So that was a masterclass, whoever thought of that. But I just think a poor performance from Tyson Fury in his last fight, a real poor performance from Wilder. I mean, you know, it's been a while now since the first fight. You know, it's in the back of people's mind now. If it was fresh still after that great performance, because everyone was talking about that, I think they could have built that fight up, rematch straight away, and I think it would have been a lot bigger. I think it's going to suffer because of the delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the smartest thing. I'll tell you the smartest thing Fury ever did. Sign with Bob Arum. I'm telling you now. That's the smartest thing he ever did. He ain't gotten. Frank Warren was his protection against PBC. Frank Warren's protecting you against Alheimer. Come on, he's got the Bob father.
Well, and here's the thing. And honestly, here's the thing. You know, now all these Wilder fanboys, when Fury signed that ESPN deal, right? They were all calling it a duck, but it wasn't a duck, bro. That was a fucking power play by Tyson Fury. Because had he not done that, it would have just been a fucking regular old Showtime pay-per-view type bullshit, and we would have got the same kind of judges we got in the first fight, bro. It was a power
with the networks, Johnny, like with ESPN and
who's doing that? I don't even know.
It's going to be an ESPN Fox joint pay-per-view.
Tyson Fury, if that goes on the cards, is winning this fight.
Well, that's Mark. That's what I was saying. It was a power play by Fury, bro. Signing with. You know what I'm saying, Mark?
Genius. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a power play, bro. It was. So because now he's got a little bit of pull. It's not Wilder who's got all the politics in his pocket. It's both of them now. Like, it's not. There was a power play, and not to mention that they gave him a shit ton of money for signing with ESPN too. So it was a fucking power play by Fury, and also if they're smart. What's that?
Here's the thing.
It's a duck.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
One more thing, Mark, before let me say this. Now, if they're smart, what they would do is make a fucking banger of an undercard on that motherfucker. Especially if you're gonna charge $100 a pop for that shit.
In the chat, Candy Slim 501 says Dylan White won't fight Ortiz, and Ortiz is 10 times better than Otto Wallin and Tom Schwartz.
How do you know that Ortiz is better than Otto Wallin?
Yeah, I was just going to say...
Otto Wallin did better. Listen, Otto Wallin did better against Tyson Fury than Deontay Wilder on points.
I was just going to say, going off of their last performance, I wouldn't be surprised if Otto Wallin beat the shit out of Ortiz, to be honest with you.
Good point.
He'd have his hands full. I bet you that. But...
A lot of people they go around and they say Otto Wallin because they don't know anybody he fought against. They don't know who Adrian Granat is or what level he is. He made Adrian Granat look shit. And Adrian Granat is a solid top 50 guy. Like, Adrian Granat will give Charles Martin a lot of trouble. Like, a lot of trouble. Probably on the same level. He beat a lot of people Charles Martin's fought against. And Otto Wallin killed him.
Yeah. I mean, Otto Wallin wasn't that bad, actually. He looked like a decent guy. And listen, he's much younger than Ortiz. I mean, Ortiz, he's like 50. Let's be honest, man. People saying he's not. Just look at him. Real Boxing Talk 101 says Ortiz KOs Otto Wallin. All right. Well, listen, we don't know because Ortiz never fought anybody, man. He only fought. Who did he fight? Brian Jennings, and then since there's nothing else, since there's nobody else he fought, we gotta come up with this. Oh well, he was a boogeyman because nobody wanted to fight him. Come on, that's not a record. That's not a name. That's not somebody he fought. God damn it. All right, guys, the phone lines are open. Please call in and give us your take on, I guess, the heavyweight division overall and Wilder flopping in this pay-per-view. That's why Showtime didn't want this fight to be on pay-per-view. I'm talking about Ortiz, the Ortiz rematch.
I'd like to see Otto Wallen versus Luis Ortiz on the Wilder Fury.
Sure.
I like that fight.
Yeah.
Two southpaws. Luis Ortiz coming to the end. Otto Wallen. People want to see how good he is. Put him in there with Luis Ortiz.
It's a good test. Absolutely.
If he can't beat Luis Ortiz, he's not good enough. If he can, how good is Wilder?
In the chat, El Dog says Ortiz was not able to KO Christian Hammer. Great point. Grievous says Ortiz claim to fame is hurting Wilder in the first fight. That's it, nothing else.
Beating a 45-year-old Tony Thompson, a smoking Bear Cooper who was ranked at cruiserweight during the 80s in the...
Yeah. And you know what also? Like when people were saying, oh, well, this Ortiz, yeah, he's old or whatever, but he was outboxing Deontay Wilder in the second fight, and I guess the first fight too, right? And I'm like, that's not something, like that's something that Gerald Washington, ex-American football player, was doing as well. He was outboxing Deontay Wilder, so this is nothing new.
I'll say one thing. Fair play to Washington, though, because he had the rough time of it, but he got a good win recently. So, like, fair play to him for that. Like, he knocked out Hellenius. Dillian White didn't knock out Hellenius.
Outboxing Wilder is nothing impressive.
Knocking out Hellenius is pretty decent, though.
That's okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But I'm just saying that people want me to give Ortiz all this credit for outboxing Deontay Wilder in a fight where like they were throwing
Spielke outboxed him. Spielke outboxed him and he got killed. Yeah. He got killed by Derek Chisora.
Yeah, exactly. This is another thing.
Derek Chisora got beat by fucking everybody.
Yeah. Now Wilder fans are adjusting the way they talk about Wilder because, you know, it's been several fights now where he looks like shit. So now they're adjusting their narrative and they're like excluding the fact that he can't box, and they're only focusing on, well, it doesn't matter. They just look at the end of a fight, right? Like at the end of every fight. Well, it doesn't matter. Listen, the guy knocks them out. That's it. And that's how they want to end the conversation.
To be fair, Joe, he might not be a good boxer, but anybody who says that it's about the result, it's true.
It's true.
Like if you look at football, soccer, whatever, you can, let's say we go like just, I don't know, American football. You can have a team annihilate somebody the entire game, not get a fucking point, and then lose in the last minute. Same thing in soccer, same thing in basketball. Because they didn't do enough. They may have had 85% of the possession. They may have had most territory in the other period. How many times have you seen Arsenal? You're an Arsenal fan, Bucho, right? How many times have you seen them dominate teams through the year, have 85% of the possession, be 0-0 going into the last 85 minutes, and then lose 1-0?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Arsenal-style possession and everything. Yeah, but then the finish is not there, right?
But look at when you look at Wilder, look at all the flaws he's got, and how bad he is doing some, especially the left hook. When he throws that, it's just terrible to watch. And he's got a lot of flaws, but he's a hard guy to beat because he's dangerous for 36 minutes. Mm-hmm. And when he has that sort of power, especially at heavyweight, in the lower divisions, he won't get away with what he's doing. Because you need a bit more than power. He's proved that. And Nui found that out the other day. Because he was the Deontay Wilder of that super bantamweight division. So,
yeah.
Well, let's not call him. Well, I mean,
he was the Wilder. He was not.
But I know what you mean. I don't like that comparison. No, go ahead.
Right?
No, go ahead. Finish your point. Sorry.
My point was, you know, in the heavyweight division, when you've got that sort of power, you're dangerous. And this guy's, as much as we say about his chin, he's quite hard to hit clean on the chin because he's not making many mistakes because he's not throwing anything for a start. And he leans back and it's quite awkward defensively. So he's not easy to hit clean. But when he starts letting his hands go, the best way to get Wilder, hit him clean, is wait for him to get. I know it's a ridiculous game plan, but when he gets you hurt, that's your best chance because he comes flying in, his technique goes out the window, he starts swinging his bombs, and that's when you can land one on him. But because he's not making, well, he's not throwing anything, is he? So he's not making any mistakes, sort of thing, and that's why he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say this, like I said before, bro. The fucking the sand is running out of the hourglass for a while. If Fury, and it isn't a big if his fucking mental state is where he needs to be, he's not focusing on playing grab ass at WWE, he's gonna fuck Wilder up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the next guy Wilder fights with a pulse, like Dillian White or any of them other guys, he's getting beat, bro. He's getting beat.
But what I'm saying is, I agree with you actually on that one. But what I'm saying is, it's still going to be a hard man to beat. You're not going to go in there and steamroll the guy because he's dangerous, and you have to be concentrating for 36 minutes.
Do you think that Fury can? Sorry, do you think Wilder can be hurt?
Of course, he can be hurt. Any fighter can be hurt, and Wilder's showed in the past that he can be hurt. But the thing is, he can also hurt you. And especially if he lands first. So that's what makes it. And I think that's in the back of a lot of fighters' minds. So maybe that's why they're not as busy they should be with Wilder. They go in their shell a little bit because they know what can happen if they get it wrong. So that's a mental thing that Wilder has on his opponents. And for Fury to fight... Sorry, Johnny, quickly. For Fury to fight how he does, he has to have a perfect 36 minutes. And I just don't think he's got a perfect 36 minutes in him. So I'd like to see him take it to Wilder early and try and get the stoppage.
And not to mention Feather Fist. I mean, I'm sure Fury fucking punched me the fuck out, but I'm saying he ain't that big of a puncher for the heavyweight division. Feather Fisted fucking Fury had Wilder wobbled a couple of times. And what's gonna happen if fucking Dillian White hits him?
Yeah, an override or some shit like that, of course.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, like I said, with Dillian White, he's not great defensively as well, and he could really walk onto one quickly against Wilder. But all it takes is for Wilder to sort of like rock Dillian White and come flying in with that mad technique with his chin in the air, square on, like he does when he's swinging them clotheslines. I call them because they're not hooks. Dillian White will be throwing back because that's what Dillian White does when he's hurt. He just starts swinging bombs. And that at that moment, that's when Wilder could get taken out. The thing with Wilder, because his arms are so long, he's got so much reach on him. It's quite easy for him because he's athletic as well. It's quite easy for him to run away from these. Well, not run, but get out of the way using his feet of these bums like Ortiz that are flat-footed, and it's hard to get the right distance to catch him. I mean, Ortiz wasn't really landing clean all night, so he's quite difficult to hit because he's awkward. But I think when he's square on, when he sees you hurt, he flies in, forgets about his game plan. He's square on, and that's when you can catch him. But yeah, I agree. I think Dillian White gives Deontay Wilder probably his toughest fight today.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat keeps talking about Joe Joyce. Listen, bro. I don't here. Joe Joyce is the same fucking thing as Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. He ain't proved nothing yet. So until he does something, I don't want to hear about it. All right.
Yeah, but listen, I mean, Joe Lopez is in the chat saying Dillian White poses no threat to Wilder. But Dillian White has a win over Joseph Parker. So he's obviously capable of beating top fighters. Listen, Joseph Parker, if he had a bit more stomach, a bit more fight in him, he'd probably be unbeaten himself.
Who has a better win, Wilder or Dillian White?
Dillian White does. Dillian White has a second better win as well because Chisora is better than anything other than Ortiz that Wilder's beat.
If Wilder had a Parker winning his record, man, trust me, Wilder fans would mention it all the time.
Like, I want people in the chat to actually answer that. Who do you think has a better win, White or Wilder? Like, Parker or Ortiz?
I find it funny that because, after AJ beat Brazil, and Brazil's not a good fighter, but after AJ beat Brazil, everybody was like, oh, he was a fucking bum. Then when Wilder was about to fight him, then he was the pound for pound C cup of the world over here. So, So
Good point.
fucking titties flopping off the canvas like a goddamn fucking
He went down like an Air Jordan, son, man.
yeah, like a fucking Christy Mack video, fucking bobbling around the floor over here.
Johnny taking it back to 2012.
Look at the shit Dillian White's getting off of some of these guys. I mean, you sound really scared of Dillian White getting hold of your boy, because that's what boxing fans do when they see a threat. They will make out that he's not a threat for a start. Or use a drug accusation against him. Well, he's a drug cheater. We can't fight him. Or he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't cope with. He could knock out Helena. So how's he going to knock out us? It's just. It's not connecting the dots. It's like stars make fights. That's what it is with me. I'm not saying Dillian White wins, but I know for a fact it's an interesting fight because Dillian White can land that left hook on Wilder, and if he does, he brings a lot more. He brings a lot more threats than Ortiz does for a start.
You also know that Dillian White is the only good inside fighter Deontay Wilder. Dillian White's an elite inside fighter. People forget that. And Wilder doesn't hold that crazy of a reach advantage over. Like, Dillian White's arms are deceptively long. Like, his arm length, not his actual reach, because reach is like hand across shoulder to hand. His actual arm length is very long.
But listen, look, they were saying the same in the chat when Ruiz was fighting AJ. No, I mean, I was one of them as well. I didn't think that could happen. But I'm not here talking bad about Dillian White. They are saying he stands no chance, but nor did Andy Ruiz. And where did that get you? You know, heavyweight boxing, everyone's down. And look, if this guy, Dillian White's got a pulse for a start, so that's a plus. He's got a pulse. He's going to let his fucking hands go. He's got power. He's strong, and he's got enough fundamentals to cause Wilder problems. Because let's be real, Dillian White can't box very well, but Wilder can't box at all. So, and he's got a decent chin as well. Dillian White, he has. He's got a decent chin. So
he can be wobbled. We've seen it.
Of course he can.
Chat saying White is not elite at anything.
Hold on. When I say the word elite, I mean top 3, right? And in the heavyweight division, I think he's 3 inside fighters. Give me 3 better than him on the inside. You're gonna struggle.
Yeah. Let's look. Well, and if White's not a threat to him, how come he hasn't fought him fucking yet? Then Wilder fanboys. If this is such a non-threat, how come he hasn't fought him? You know, he's a lot more. It'd be a lot bigger fight than him fighting C Cup Brazil.
Listen, I think Dillian White beats Luis Ortiz. I really do.
I do too.
I love that.
I do too. Still.
SB Stay Sharp says elite means a master at it, and then he goes on to say, "I am a coach, not a fan."
Well, that's perfectly fine, but that's down to perception of what the person is using the word to mean. You can say elite means master of it, to your opinion. The definition I'm using the word elite to mean is top 3. I'm saying he's elite within his division at inside fighting.
Being a coach does not make you right. I've seen so many coaches talking absolute bollocks when it comes to boxing.
Exactly. Look at John Gallagher. He scored Smith fucking 7 rounds up against fucking Ryder. That doesn't mean he knows jack.
Listen, it's amazing how some of these guys get fucking jobs. It really is. So when you see, just go and watch the Mayweather channel. That'll tell you about what jokes. I don't know how any of them.
Yeah. So who do you think would win in a fight between my nephew and Sugar Ray Robinson?
No.
Oh, well, your nephew's got that great defense, bro. I think he beat the shit out of Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah, Mayweather.
With the defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Roger, was it Roger? It'd be like Roger. No, which is the one that does the channel? Is it Jeff Mayweather? Jeff Mayweather,
yeah.
Yeah. So who you got? Floyd Mayweather in his prime or prime Lennox Lewis? Who you got? And these fucking clowns be Floyd far too much for Lennox, man. So
listen, you know Jeff Mayweather, man. Like Box might be in the chat. He can back me up. I was in there like live thing, and he was talking. He was doing a Q&A, and people were asking him this guy versus this. So I asked, who's a better trainer? Roger versus Ray Arcel, and he said, "Who the fuck is Ray Arcel?" And that's when I lost all respect for the Mayweathers, man. That's when I lost it. Like, Box can back that shit up if he's in the chat.
Listen, bro. These fucking look, man. Stu, it's been a while since we've spoken. I don't know who you had winning the Spence Porter fight, but listen, bro. These motherfuckers over there on that Floyd channel, I actually had the dude who runs that channel fucking respond to me when they weren't pussy and still had their comment sections up. But anyways, they did a fantasy fight one of Trinidad versus Spence. Okay? And every single one of them, well, not all of them, Dewey Cooper picked Trinidad, and I think one other person did. The rest of them all picked Spence. So that just goes to show you right there.
I like Dewey. He's a bit of a prick, but I like him.
I don't like that motherfucker. But
I like him more than I like Jeff.
Dewey, is it Dewey the black, the big black dude with the dreads?
Yes.
Yeah, Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
Yeah, Millie.
Jesus. People are saying Dewey's an excellent guy. What else?
Wasn't that
What's
the
off
fucking
this panel here instead of the Mayweather panel? Guys, who you got? Trinidad versus Spence.
Yeah, exactly. Go on, answer. Spence versus Felix Tito Trinidad.
Trinidad would beat the shit out of fucking Spence.
Hey, Stu, I gotta ask you, since it's been a while since we've spoken, who did you have winning the Spence Porter fight, and who did you have winning the Golovkin-Derevyanchenko? I'm just asking, Bucho. I'm not bringing anything.
I had Golovkin winning the Derevyanchenko fight by a couple of points. It was the thing with Golovkin. I think what I've noticed with Golovkin now is he's covering up. Obviously, nothing's coming back from him. So it looks like he's losing the fight. He's not getting hit with shots, but he's getting outworked a lot of the time because his defense is just cover up, very like Callum Smith, cover up. But he doesn't throw off the guard. He doesn't counter punch at all anymore. He's just cover up and take. And it looked like Derevyanchenko was outworking Golovkin, but a lot of them shots weren't landing. Okay. Obviously, there's a few that were. Don't get me wrong, but the way I'd score a fight, I thought Golovkin just did enough. With the Spence Porter, it's a tough one. I think I had Spence winning it by a round, or I'm not sure, but I
was just curious, bro. Yeah.
Who did you have winning then?
I had Derevyanchenko winning, and I had Porter winning.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They were both close fights where I could say where you weren't really wrong, Johnny. It's just one of them. It's a toss of a coin with them ones. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Me and Johnny actually had the same cards for both fights.
Yeah, I had it 8-4 for Spence Porter, plus a knockdown, so I had it 115, 112.
Same.
I can't remember off the top of my head what I had fucking Golovkin, Derevyanchenko. I think I had that 115, 112 too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I think so as well,
yeah.
G Boogie, thank you for your contribution, he says. Let me look at the where's the comment? I can see my comment. The comment.
It says, "Greetings and salutations. Happy Thanksgiving to the BDA Boxing podcast family. May everyone flourish in their future endeavors. Much love. Bro Fist and Sunny Shades glasses."
And real good comment, G Boogie. And real quickly, I didn't mean to do this, but in a little while here, I have to do something, and I'm not plugging my look. Any of you Conor McGregor? This isn't a shot at you, Mark, or anything.
I'm not a Conor McGregor fan.
Okay, I was just
That's too.
I was just gonna say, this isn't a shot at you, but I'm about to fucking rip your boy. Any Conor McGregor fans in here? I'm going to rip your boy a new asshole on my channel in about an hour.
What happened?
It's fighting Cerrone.
Saving it.
Oh,
I'm saving it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's gonna get beat up by Cerrone, by the way.
I mean,
I'm saving it for my channel, Mark.
Well,
I'm saving it.
You wanted to have a rematch? Come on.
Conor shot
Cowboy. You on about Donald Cowboy Cerrone? Is that what you're on about?
I'm saving it for my shit, bro. But yeah, he's fighting Cowboy.
Johnny,
but yes,
you can't save that he's fighting. You can't save it. That's not news. Yeah, he's
See
fighting
what?
Cowboy.
Hey, let's be real, right? Let's be real. Who hasn't whooped Cowboy's ass? He's fucking been whooped more times than Derek Chisora. What are you on about? I mean, fucking.
He may have been, but there's a difference between him and Connor. Connor's been out with the gym for. Connor's been on drugs for a year. Connor's been in fucking prison twice this year.
Has he been in jail? Has he?
Yeah, he's been overnight in fucking cells and everything for
Right.
man. He's been out on.
He's been in jail then, yeah.
I'll give my thoughts later on. But
Alright.
I just
Nah, let's not talk about this UFC stuff. Oh yeah, what about the Floyd Mayweather? Is he coming out of retirement then, or what's going on?
Oh, who gives a fuck?
Listen,
I care about my Floyd.
Oh, bro, I don't care. You don't care. Stu doesn't care. Johnny doesn't care. Nobody gives a fuck about Floyd and his gimp ass fucking head coming out of retirement to fight against Khabib or fight against Masvidal. Or when we all know he's gonna fight another Pikachu over there in Japan. Fucking
Yeah,
light up
Crawford
some
calling him out like that's
5'1"
gonna
little
happen.
midget.
Come on.
We all know.
I mean, there was a rumor that from the Mayweather camp that Floyd was coming back to fight Canelo. I mean, they must want that. They want.
Listen, he gets into the ring with Canelo now. That's it.
Nice.
That always gone. His head is gone, and he's gonna look like a fool because Canelo will. Canelo just knocked out Kovalev. I don't care what any.
Canelo smashed Floyd to pieces.
even Pacquiao now would make Floyd look like fucking Gerald McClellan. In my opinion.
Oh god.
No disrespect to the G man, but that's what I
you're
want
right.
Floyd.
I mean, Floyd, and with his style, no, it's not gonna work now.
But listen, that's how I want it to end for Floyd. I want Floyd to end up and this isn't disrespecting McClellan, but I want Floyd to end up like you. Okay? I want Floyd to end up like you. I'm gonna be like those kids on Boardwalk Empire. I'm gonna come by your house while you're in that wheelchair and scalp you, and then I'm gonna come by and light your fucking wheelchair on fire and send it down a fucking Ghetto Avenue in Detroit. Okay? Like that kid on what was that Hannibal Lecter movie when he lit the guy, he strapped the guy to the wheelchair and rolled it down the fucking parking garage. Yeah, he rolled it down the fucking parking garage.
Johnny out here playing Hot Wheels for adults instead of kids. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Johnny's got some mafia fucking hits in his head, man.
Yeah.
That's not even mafia shit right there. That's cartel shit.
It's
Fucking
like
born
the
mama.
Godfather 2, the stabbing, and then the
Then
stabbing.
you got. Hey Johnny, did you watch The Irishman on Netflix? You seen that yet?
Oh, I took after I found out about my dad, we went down to Chicago and seen it because it was the only theater showing it, so we had to go to the city. We went and seen it.
You went to see it, did you? What did you think?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Have you seen it?
I watched it yesterday.
Oh, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was Goodfellas or Casino, but it was a good little nod to the. I thought it was pretty fucking good.
I thought it was
enjoyed
really good though. That's the thing with me and Johnny slightly
I did.
wasn't a huge fan of the A, but I loved the subtlety in different moments. Like
I really
Pesci was on fire and Pacino was elite. I just
Yeah, they were all great. It was great. Don't get me
Pacino was
wrong.
electric. Pacino was electric. I loved it. I did. I thought it was great. It definitely is quite accurate as well about the Jimmy Hoffa story because I know quite a bit about that. And it's funny how some of the characters. I mean, they showed some of the characters. Like they put Dave Ferrer in there. I mean, not a lot of people know who Dave Ferrer is, but he was in there for about 30 seconds, and no one would have took no notice of him. But Dave Ferrer was actually one of the guys. He actually went to court accused of one of the guys assassinating JFK. He was part of the Cuban. It was part of Operation Mongoose when the Cubans went over to try and invade Cuba and get Castro out. He was part of that, and they showed him in there. Very accurate. And some of the characters they showed. And I liked how they show you a character and then put how he died and what year he died, and straight away it was good.
You know what else was nice, Stu? They had a nice little bit of everything in there regarding the old mafia guys. They had a little bit of Chicago, a little bit of Philadelphia, a little bit of Detroit, a little bit of New York. You know what I'm saying? They had a little bit of everything in there.
I mean, they had Crazy Joe and all that in there, didn't they? And
yeah, you know that guy who played Crazy Joe. We know that guy. I know that guy.
Idea is he from Chicago?
Yeah, Maniscalco, Sebastian Maniscalco. Yeah. Friend of a friend. He's not a friend of mine. He's a friend of a friend of mine.
There wasn't Bruno in there as well, wasn't he? The mafia boss.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel was Bruno. Yeah, that was the Philadelphia boss for 40 fucking years. That's the one who got shotgunned in his car with his mouth wide open.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, was it him? Was it? Oh, that was him. Was it? Yeah, because that was a fucking. I remember that scene. He looked fucked, didn't he? His mouth was wide open, man. Did he get shot in the back of the neck or something?
Yeah, he got shot in the back of the head with a fucking. Well, I don't know if it was a shot. I don't know what the fuck they shot him with, but yeah, with his mouth wide open.
Oh, that Irishman, right? Apparently, I see an interview with Scorsese, and he was saying that Hollywood wouldn't touch it. They were saying, "Oh no, people don't want to watch them sort of films anymore. They want to watch action hero stuff." You know, if Scorsese had turned up with a Brokeback Mountain 2, they'd have loved that. They'd have mocked that up. But you know, they don't want to see alpha male stuff anymore. Like the tough gang.
I'll be right back.
All right. Do you know, like Netflix had to snap it up? And I'll tell you what, because Netflix snapped this up just alone, I'll continue to subscribe to Netflix for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Mr. Pigeon said, yeah, the Sopranos movie, Joey Diaz is in there. I like that one guy who's in there because it's going to be about Johnny Soprano, the dad, and fucking, what's his name? Christopher's father.
Mm-hmm.
So that's if it's done correctly, that should be pretty good as well.
Should be very enjoyable.
Yeah, it should be very enjoyable. Exactly.
Hey, I was watching a thing about the mafia, that Michael Francis, Johnny, and I can't remember. He was telling about a boxer. He didn't say the name, but I know it's Buddy McGurk. Buddy McGurk, man, was a mafia fighter, man, and I think he was involved with throne fights, definitely.
A few people had mentioned that before. I never looked into it myself.
Oh,
Michael Francis is a fucking loudmouth rat motherfucker, though. So I don't know what to believe coming out of that guy's mouth. I mean, his father is an OG. Respect to Sonny, but I mean, this dude tried putting a hit on his kid because he was such a fucking loudmouth.
But the thing is, Johnny, it's like, I mean, I call Sammy the Bull Gravano a rat. Yeah, I called him. I always do, right? But when you look into that case, right, John Gotti sold Sammy the Bull down the river, mate. He was the one actually grassing up. He wanted Sammy the Bull, right, just to plead guilty on John Gotti's behalf and do a life sentence without parole, just for the cause of the mafia. Because John Gotti said, "Well, they need me out here, so you're gonna have to take." And then he started talking about Sammy the Bull. So I think sometimes when you've got no choice, you know, yes, you are.
Listen.
You are a rat, but most of us would have done the same.
Gotti was the stupidest fucking mob boss in the history of the mob, and he look. If it was, this is the thing, man. This is what kills me. When I was in Florida with all the fucking Italian kids from fucking Jersey and New York on there, I'd be like, "Fuck John Gotti, bro. Get off his dick." Because all them dudes and all the fucking wops and Jersey and shit, they all look up to him like he's a god, and I'm like, bro, he's a fucking moron.
Well, that's what that John Alight's been saying. You know that John Alight?
Yeah.
If you watch his stuff, he's been saying John Gotti was nothing like he's been portrayed to be. Do you know what I mean?
No, dude. And this is the thing. He was, look, man, that was, at least for the New York, that was the worst thing that ever happened to them. I had Chicago and Detroit and these other cities do their own thing. But for New York, that was the worst thing that ever happened to them. And
you know, the funny thing about you go on YouTube, you look underneath the comment section, even on this fucking chat. Oh, rat, piece of shit, rat. Oh, we'll give this rat time. You know, people. But if they was in the same situation where they was going to get fucking taken out by the mafia, or you know, they was looking at life in prison in some fucked up prison in America, they'd do exactly the same. This is the thing. It's like calling rat. You can only call someone a rat unless you're the one willing to go to jail and keep your mouth shut yourself. There's not many people that can say that. So I don't like.
It's easy to say. It's easy to call somebody a rat sitting on a fucking YouTube comment.
Yeah, I know. But when you've got hitmen looking for you, your days are numbered. Your family are in danger. Kids are in danger because these people take your fucking out and your wife, no problem. So sometimes you don't have a choice. That's like Henry Hill. Henry Hill, when he ratted on Jimmy Burt, he had to rat on Jimmy Burt because Jimmy Burt, He'd gone insane. He was all paranoid because he was doing liquid. He was doing liquid speed, so he was staying up for nights, getting paranoid, and he thought Henry would spill the beans on that heist, so he was going to assassinate himself. So he had no choice. They tried to grab his wife. So a lot of people get grassed up. They bring it on themselves. The thing is, the mafia, they got too fucking murder happy. You can't keep killing everyone in your team every time you're suspicious of them. Before no fucker left, is there?
Yeah. And that was a little bit of Jimmy Burke fucking. He was that dude was a fucking psycho, bro. Yeah,
yeah. Right in the chat says John is a pathological. But I keep hearing this. But where's the proof? Because a lot of things he's saying can get backed up. But the only person who's alive is John Gotti Jr. But he's fucking. Well, we all know him.
Gotti Jr.'s a fucking bitch. But yeah.
Get him, Johnny.
Gotti Jr. He fucking steroid head fucking retard. Him, the whole fucking, all of them, all the Gotti, his brothers, the kid, all fucking trash. And this what kills me now is fucking you who grew up in a fucking mansion. This guy's trying to be a fucking badass on the street. Like, bro, you'd get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, well, his sister, John Gotti Jr.'s sister actually turned around and said to me, John Gotti Jr. He's not built for this.
No.
I mean, Pink Panther is saying DeMeo crew. Is he on about Joey DeMeo? Is it Joey DeMeo?
No, it's Roy DeMeo.
Roy DeMeo. That's right. Was he the guy who used to chop people up in his house?
In the butcher shop, and
the butcher shop, that's right. I do know who DeMeo is. Yeah.
Rahal, let me tell you something right now. Mob Talk Radio is the most full of shit mafia channel.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Terrible.
No.
I'll tell you that right now.
The guy from Philadelphia?
Huh?
Is he the guy from Philly that does that?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But that dude literally, there's a few of them. You can pull the Wikipedia page up while he's talking. He's literally reading off of Wikipedia, putting his own 2 cents into it. He's literally read. I was like, man, I watched like 2 of his videos. I'm like, this guy's a fucking fugazi. And he starts doing these he was supposed to talk about Matteo De Niro, who's he's been a fugitive in Sicily for about 30 fucking years. He's one of the Don Dadas over there. And I'm like, well, are you going to start talking about this motherfucker or what? And he's just doing Q&A, and then he talks about him for the last 15 minutes, reading his Wikipedia page. Like, you don't know shit, bro. You don't know nothing. Man, that's what I be saying, bro. These fucking, I hate to, I'm sorry, Butcher, for turning this into real mob talk. Fuck Jeff Canarsie. Fucking, a lot of these so-called experts and all this other, it's just like with boxing, bro. A lot of these so-called experts don't know a fucking thing, or they're biased, or they're fucking, it's just.
Isn't everybody a bit biased?
Well, I'm saying, Mark, but there's a point where you're like, this guy's full of shit. Yeah. Here, I'll tell you something about Jeff Canarsie, Rahawa. He said John Travolta, John Gotti movie was the best mafia movie. It
was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Al Heyman movie.
That's on Netflix. I watched it the other night. What a load of shit that was.
What's your favorite mafia movie?
Mine, Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Johnny, what's yours?
Godfather 2.
Mine's Godfather 2 as well. Closely followed by Goodfellas. Like, there you go.
Mine's Godfather.
Casino's up there for me, though. Casino.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Casino's class.
Godfather 2, then Casino and Goodfellas are kind of tied for me.
I tell you what, yeah, I've got The Irishman at 4 or 5. I liked it that much. I think it's in my top 5.
I agree with you. It's in my top 5 as well, Stu.
See, and then the next 3, I would have Godfather 2, Goodfellas, and Casino the top 3. Right?
I thought Godfather 3 was a travesty. It really was.
Or Godfather, what did I say? Godfather, I'm at 2.
The number 3 was a travesty.
Yeah, really that was a fucking travesty. But part 2, Casino and Goodfellas, that would be my top 3. The next 3 underneath that would be, for me, in no order, Departed, Bronx Tale, and Irishman. That would be the top 6 for me.
Ooh.
Because I didn't like what's the one with Johnny Brasco? Johnny Brasco, is it?
Yeah, that's the name of the
Yeah.
movie, Donnie Brasco.
Johnny Brasco, is it? What's the one in that one?
Lefty
what's-
with Lefty and Sonny Black.
Yeah, that's the one. I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
That was directed by Mike Newell, wasn't it?
Who?
Mike Newell.
I'm not sure who made fucking Donnie Brasco. I know. Pink Panther, good call. Pink Panther said the Pope of Greenwich Village. That's a decent movie. I wouldn't have it in my top fucking 6 or anything.
Alito's Way is a very good film, but it's not in my top 6.
Nah, yeah. Nah.
One of mine that's definitely up there for me is Miller's.
Miller's Crossing. Yeah, that's a decent one too.
All right.
I
so
love it because of the Irish connection, man.
what are people saying in the chat here? Godfather 2 and Goodfellas. By the way, guys, we stopped talking about Deontay Wilder because he is a flop. Pay-per-view flop. I just wrote it down here. So, Mafia talk because Ortiz Wilder was a flop.
Mafia talk because like talking about Wilder for an hour is like so.
I know, it's getting tiring, man.
Yeah, it's really
Wilder.
boring.
Fuck Wilder.
There's only so much you can say about that.
State of Grace was a good one, Pink Panther. I'm glad you mentioned that one. You're on top of it, Pink Panther. He said State of Grace and fucking.
Oh come on, that's got to be Pete, man.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen fucking Pete forever. I don't know what the Pete.
He was
fell
under
off.
the
Pete got the big pussy treatment out on the boat or something. I don't know.
Hey.
thought Sean Penn was good in Carlito's Way, though.
Wasn't he just a good little fucking coked up scumbag lawyer?
Yeah, as Joe Pesci would say, "Who fuck."
Yeah.
I
So he
cannot
was-
stand Sean Penn for some reason. I just can't stand him.
I think it was when I had that feeling about him as well, because I think it was when he was with Madonna, innit? He was a bit of a prick.
Shit out of her.
It's not even that.
Yeah.
I think it's just because of the movie Milk. Like he won the fucking best actor at the Oscars for that shit, and he was fucking terrible. The movie was pretty fucking terrible as well.
Sean Penn's a
What did you
cat
think to
now.
the way they changed the graphics up in The Irishman, where that was like computerized facial
Yeah.
expression? It didn't look real. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it
Yeah.
was.
The de-aging process, not a big fan.
You know, I have to say, I noticed it in the beginning a little bit, but after that, I was just more interested in the fucking story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just wondered what you thought about it.
Yeah. It didn't really have any effect on me one way or
That
the other.
computer game look about it though. I think that's what I think they've just showed us what the PlayStation 5's going to look like. Do you know what I mean?
Pretty soon, dude, next 20 years or so, we're going to be rocking around fucking Blade Runner over here. I'm telling you, man. And I don't like that because I'm fucking old fashioned for a young guy, but
I haven't played on my PlayStation for ages. I just can't get into it. You know when you just had enough of something.
the only thing I still got left, Stu, is the old PS2. I got about 5 games for it. My Xbox 360 was the last one I had, and it blew up, and I sold all the games for it. And that was the last fucking thing I got. So if I'm really, 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 really fucking bored, I'll go down there and shoot somebody on fucking Grand Theft Auto for an hour.
This is the thing, like, because I'm getting a bit older now, my fucking eyes are starting to go, so I can only play it for so long before I start feeling a bit fucking dizzy and sick. Do you know what I mean? And I've got smart TV, so I can watch internet on that. I've got a computer, so I can go on that. I've got everything I needed. You know what I mean? So I've got all the movie channels, the boxing channels, so never really got time to go on the fucking PlayStation. And like I said, I got bored of it. I'm waiting for the new one to come out. I'll definitely get that.
Fuck Sean Penn. Everyone gone fucking silent. Yeah, I said, I'll say it again. Fuck Sean Penn. More silence? Alright. Fuck Sean Penn.
He's had some pussy in his time, Sean Penn, hasn't he?
Yeah, but like he's been inside Madonna, and that's like being inside a lad, isn't it?
No, now it was, but back then, definitely worth a go.
Oh no, man, yeah, she was like a virgin me and done in when she was 9 years old.
Look, I mean, she was quite, because back then she was quite tighty for even back then. I mean, she'd be normal now.
I've seen like the music videos and all that.
Yeah, see, I was
like
around. Like I said, I was around when Madonna was on the scene, so I can remember her. She was classed as quite slutty. Everyone classed her as slutty, but in today's world, she'd be normal.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess because I grew up with like Scherzinger and I grew up with Shakira and everything like that. Too, that like Madonna.
Yeah, you must be quite young then.
26.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Now I think the movies have really gone downhill. Hollywood's really gone downhill because when you look at some of the movies from the 80s and 90s, still classics today. You watch them. There's no special effects going down. There's a little bit here and there, but they're just films that go for decades and they're still good films. They don't get outdated. Where today's films, these fucking superhero films, you watch them once and you can't bear to watch them again. Some of them, do you know what I mean? There was Sky Movies. I go through that. I never want to watch any of the movies on there. I think the quality, they're too far into the fucking special effects, and they sort of neglect the storyline for me. And that's why I love The Irishman, although it had that computerized facing and stuff in it, which is a bit hard to get used to. The storyline was there, and I think that's where you make great films. Back in the day, they didn't have all these special effects, so they spent most of their budget on getting the story right, and that's what made them quality films. No one's going to be watching Avengers in, say, 15, 20 years' time.
Look, today's society, I can't be bothered with most of the movies, man. Look at the 2018 Best Picture winner, Shape of Water. Some chick getting fucked by some, like, alien, like, merman thing in water and shit like that.
And Saqib says Blade Runner 2049 in recent years. I couldn't get into that. I watched it. It was on Sky Movies. And I just couldn't get into it. I mean, I'll have to give it another go. But don't get me wrong. There's still films out there that you think are really good. But just when you, I mean, I used to have a fucking video collection because it was on VHS back then, weren't it? You didn't have DVDs, and I used to have a massive collection and all these films that I could just go home one day and pick one and want to watch it. Even though I've watched it 150 times, they're great movies. You can watch them again. I watch these new movies and I think, no, I'll never watch that again. And I don't. It's very often I watch a film twice now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, how many fucking Iron Man movies, bro?
Like, fuck off with Iron Man, man. Jesus Christ.
I actually like the Iron Man's the one I actually liked out of a lot of them. I actually liked Iron Man. I hate what they did to Superman. They fucking ruined Superman, man.
How many fucking superhero and Joker and fucking whatever the fuck? How many of those do we really need?
Back to the Future, right? It's still a great movie. It's still as good as anything out there today. Even like the effects. And that was 1985, I believe. And when they went to Back to the Future 2, I'm on about. I mean, them special effects would still look good today. I mean, they look better than some of the films we're seeing now. I mean, that's well ahead of its time. Great movie. I'll watch that to the day I die. That film, just great movies. I mean, E.T. I know that was 70s, I think, or no, it was early 80s. E.T. E.T.'s a film that's still a massive draw today. Them classics, man. Good fellas. Scarface. All that. These are great movies, man. These movies today, man. I mean, if you can get a little collection going, you're gonna sit there and you're not gonna watch it because you think, fuck that, I ain't watching that again.
When's the last time an actual good movie won the Best Picture at the Oscars? I'm like going through the list here, and the first
films. Look how good they still can't make a boxing film that lives with Rocky. They've tried.
I can tell you one that won, two that won it in the first decades of the 2000s, just off the top. Departed got it, and No Country for And No
Yeah,
Country for
07
Old
and
Men.
08 back to back, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at the list here. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Green Book was last year. Shit. Shape of Water. Shit. Moonlight. Shit. Spotlight. Shit. Boardman. Shit. 12 Years a Slave. Nah. Argo. Nah. The Artist. Shit. The King's Speech. Come the fuck on. Hurt Locker. Fucking. That's okay. Slumdog Millionaire. Shit. No Country for Old Men. Great. Departed. Great. Crash. Not bad. $1 Million Baby. The Lord of the Rings. Chicago. Fucking hell. A Beautiful Mind. That's actually decent shit. Gladiator, that's solid. American Beauty with Kevin Spacey, the rapist. Shit.
that movie fit Kevin Spacey pretty goddamn good, I think.
This is the movie that he was Kaiser Sosa in. What was it? Oh, fucking hell.
Usual Suspects.
It's a fucking wicked film, that is. That is a wicked film.
Yeah, that's a good one. That threw me.
How the fuck did Crash win an Oscar for Best Picture? What was nominated that year?
Saving Private Ryan, but Joe Lopez just said that is a fantastic film. I tell you, the best war film I've ever watched. It's in the top 3 films of all time, and that's Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
love that film, man.
I see. I prefer Private Ryan and Apocalypse Now to Full Metal Jacket, but those are good.
Oh.
And another one that people forget. A couple other ones that people forget about are The Thin Red Line, bro. That was a badass fucking movie.
Yeah, that is a good film. That is a good film.
Hey, Steve, I was asking you, what do you think
is Deer
Brokeback
Hunter.
Mountain?
Yeah, Platoon. I mean, do you know what? Platoon people always get to mention. People always talk about Platoon. I can remember the cover because I had it on VHS. The cover was that guy getting shot in the back, and the way he was folded over, the helicopter was picking him up. I mean, that was a fucking top film, Platoon. I just think Full Metal Jacket just had a bit more about it. I like the way they, had a bit more comedy about it. It was just a favourite film, favourite war film, you would say.
Everybody
I
got
I thought Pearl Harbor was quite good as well.
Sometimes I just look at a guy, and I know this fellow's not going to make it.
like them politicians in Washington trying to fight this war with one hand tied around their balls.
Oh, that is one sorry-ass motherfucker.
Everybody got to die sometime.
Yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that Full Metal Jacket was filmed in East Anglia in the UK, because that's where I live, in East Anglia. So I did not know that. Saqib Rafiq just said that.
Where the fuck is East Anglia?
East Anglia is around Cambridgeshire area, all around east of England.
All right, yeah, Cambridgeshire and everything. So you're like what? You're like 40 miles north of like Stevenage, 50 miles north of Stevenage.
Stevenage is about 50 miles from mine, but I'm like on the Lincolnshire Cambridgeshire border, so I cross into both.
Yeah.
Usually.
Fucking.
No, I'm just asking because I lived in fucking Stevenage still.
Yeah, Stevenage is a bit of a concrete jungle, isn't it?
It's fucking horrible, man. Chabs galore.
It's a hideous place. Isn't that where fucking Lewis Hamilton's from?
I fucking know.
Lewis Hamilton's from Stevenage.
I don't know fucking jack shit about Lewis Hamilton, man. I'm a boxing fan. I don't fucking support you go.
I just thought if you were from there, you might know him.
What?
Thought if you're from there, you might know
I'm
him.
not from there. I lived there for like a year.
Oh right, you only lived there a year, okay.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you, one of the most depressing fucking movies ever is fucking Born on the 4th of July. Jesus, that's a hard one to sit through. Fuck.
All right. I think Stu dropped out. He's fed up with all of you guys. All right, guys, if you're just listening to the show, listen, we're talking about whatever, movies and everything, because Wilder vs. Ortiz 2 flopped.
Yeah, look, it's reported that it flopped. We won't know until number show. Look, the thing was a crap fight. It was boring. The entire paper crap to sit through. Fucking the best thing about the entire thing was the fact it ended.
Exactly. Well said, man.
All right. Debbie Does Dallas. Yeah, that's the best war movie of all time. Joe Lopez. Or the best football movie of all time, rather.
What says those Arnold action movies were quality. They stand up. Yeah, Commando. That should have won a Palme d'Or.
Oh man, the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie ever. I don't care what anyone says. It's that Christmas movie. It's the Christmas movie he has. What's it called? Turbo Man or whatever. Yeah, that shit's on fucker. That's a fire movie, man. Remember growing up watching that shit. And he's like this. He's meant to be this American guy, and he's like, "I will get you Turbo Man." Whole thing's amazing.
The best Christmas movie is Die Hard.
No.
Very good.
No. The best Christmas movie is Bad Santa.
Oh,
you see,
yeah.
I'm gonna get done in for this because mine's actually serious. But my favorite Christmas movie of all time is it.
What is it? I didn't hear you.
Cut off, man.
It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart.
Oh Christ! All right. Hello, mailbox. Hello, Christmas tree. Hello.
I love the movie, man. I love it. I grew up on it.
It's a cute movie.
Predator. I don't think they're talking about Christmas movies here.
Bad Santa's the best fucking Christmas movie. That's the best Christmas movie. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is the best Thanksgiving movie. And I don't fucking know what else.
The best Easter movie is The Life of Brian.
The best Easter movie is Donnie Darko.
Best Easter movie is The Life of Brian.
St. Brit says Home Alone 1 and 2 are the best. You people are tripping.
Home Alone 1 is hilarious.
2 is a bit crazy.
2 is terrible.
It's in
1
New
is
York and shit.
Rocking.
Nobody likes New York. What else?
Celtic67 in the chat wants to know where in Dublin I'm from. I'm from Finglas. Started with you.
All right, I'm gonna get my Conor McGregor.
All right, go ahead, man. Are you doing a stream or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stream. But
all right, so I'm gonna end this one. It was a short show, so thank you for joining us. And we will see you next time. Don't forget to check out our Discord page. The link is in the description. It's a 24/7 hour.
Can I tell a joke?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. We'll end it on a joke, right? So there's a girl with no arms and no legs sitting on a beach and she's crying. And the lifeguard goes up to her and says, "Why are you crying?" And she says, "I've never been hugged before." So he leans down and he gives her a hug and she stops crying and she looks up at him smiling. But then she starts crying again. So he says, "Why are you crying this time?" So she looks up to him and says, "I've never been kissed before." So he leans in and he kisses her and says, "You have been now." And she's smiling and then she starts crying again. And then he goes, "What's wrong now?" And she goes, "I've never been fucked before." And he says, "Well, you will be too soon because the tide is coming in. Peace the fuck out."
You told us a joke before, man. He actually did tell us a joke before. Alright, guys, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time. Don't forget to check out our Discord page. And yep. Well, I'll give a shout out for everybody in the chat. Joe Lopez, Ryu Sigma, Bandit X91, Pink Panther Official Boxing Scorecard, Lobito Den Boxing, Celtic 67. Who else do we have here? Man, we got a long St. Brit. Did I mention St. Brit? St. Brit was there. Doc, Rohawa, Mr. Pigeon Mike Tyson was there as well. Guys, all of you, thank you for joining us. Oh, and thank you G Boogie and Gonzalo and Magic Man and Sakib for your contributions. It's really gonna help the show. Alright guys, take care. We'll see you next time. Let me just find the music. God damn it. I'll just play whatever. No, I'll play this. No, I got it. No, that's not it. What is this?
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed. disappointed in everyone. Disappointed in everyone.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in everyone.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
He just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.